Hello everyone, Dr. Wholesaler here, and today I want to talk about putting together your buyers list. Let me tell you this, your buyers list is the most important thing you can do. Many folks say go out and start finding motivated sellers in order to start your wholesaling business. I'm going to tell you that's going to be the wrong way to go about doing it. Yes, you need to find those houses because without houses you don't have a deal. But once you get the house, you must have someone to turn it over to, and you want to turn it over quickly. You want to be able to send your list out to qualified buyers and have that house sold in a couple of hours, a couple of days at the most. So putting together your buyers list is very important. Now, what do I mean by a buyers list? Basically, a buyer is an investor organization that you're going to assign your wholesale flip to. You're going to assign them the property for what's called an assignment fee. And that assignment fee could be anything from, let's say, $2,000 up to 20, 30, 40,000, depending on the property and the deal. Most of the time, it's probably going to be around $5,000. I try to get no less than $5,000 for every wholesale deal. Now, this is one of the most important parts of your business because this is the income source for your wholesaling business. This is the income source for your flips. This is how we make our money as wholesalers. So without individuals to flip these properties to, you'll be wasting your time getting properties under contract without an exit strategy. And I usually try to have 3 exit strategies for everything I do. I want to be able to flip it. That's my main thing. I want to wholesale that deal. But if I can't wholesale it and I end up stuck with it, which there's ways not to do that. You don't have to do the deal, but I also want to know, can I rehab it myself? And another one is, if I rehab it myself, can I rent it? So I always have 3 exit strategies in mind, but my main thing, I'm a wholesaler and that's my business. Okay? So this is the area of business. This area of business is a little more time consuming at first, but once you have this list together that you have to build, wholesaling property is going to become a breeze to you. I'm constantly refining my buyers list, and I do this by constantly keeping in contact with most of the individuals on my buyers list. With the internet age, this is easy to do with just sending them a few emails. Now, there are a few individuals I keep in contact with almost on a daily basis. Why? Because some of these people need to see things daily. They might be rehabbers, landlord, developers, but these people change daily. So I want to make sure that they're still around and that I'm keeping in contact with them for when I have my deal. So this also means that their inventory is constantly turning over, and because they don't need a house on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, they may need 3 Thursday and Friday. This is why we have to stay in constant contact with our buyers. And now you probably ask me, well, Derek, Dr. Wholesaler, how do I put my buyers list together? It's not that hard. It's not as hard as it sounds. I'm going to tell you how to do it. So how do you find buyers for our contracts, for your contracts? So when you get a house under contract, the race is on to get a buyer. And depending on the agreement you worked out with the property seller, you may have only a few days to close these deals, especially if you deal with pre-foreclosures. So I like to say a couple of things about experiences I had with finding wholesale buyers. There are a lot of time yankers, people who take your time, or investor wannabes out there, and you meet a lot of them in the real estate business. Some of them are serious, some just want to think they're serious. You got to get rid of these time wasters. You need to find the real estate doers, the one who can close quickly and the ones who have cash to do it. So if you have a deal that is riding on someone that doesn't follow through, you will not be able to wholesale flip the property and get your assignment fee. Plus, you've lost your credibility with the property seller. And this may not be a big deal, but if you do this a lot, believe me, word is going to get around. I am conscientious about my reputation. Again, I always talk about you need to underpromise and you need to overdeliver. Basically, this is what keeps sellers referring their friends to me, who have the same problems as they have before I came along, and I try to fix that problem. So once you get your business going, you find many buyers for your properties. There are a lot of individuals who want to get into rehabbing properties, but they do not have the time and ability to prospect for properties, and that's where we come in. That's our job. So once it is known that you have properties, you be sought out by these people, and you have offers on every viable deal that you can put together. People be calling. I got a buddy of mine. He gets 4 or 5 calls a day from his buyers asking them if they have something new. That's what you want to have. I highly suggest that you get a website to use to present your properties like I have. You can easily direct prospective buyers to your URL, be it over the phone or from your forum marketing or whatever kind of marketing you're doing. This will save you a lot of time on phone calls and help keep your phone bills from going through the roof. Okay. So how to find buyers? There's a few ways. You can run ads. Something like handyman special, cheap cash, and a phone number. Keep it simple. Okay. Rehab special, discount price. Keep it simple. Okay. Investor wanted. We have many properties around town. Phone number. Once again, keep it simple. When you start getting calls, you need to pre-qualify the buyers to make sure that they can close the deal with cash for the property and for your assignment fee. We'll go into screening the calls a little bit later, but these people need cash, need to be able to move now. You can do newspaper ads. I found that one of the best ways to start out a buyer's list is by going through the newspaper ads. I'll take a highlighter with me, start going through each section of the paper. What I'm hunting for is for the same number to keep appearing over and over again in various sections. Okay? Those are the buyers. Then I use a tablet and I make the following headers for it, and I tell you that in a second. I write down phone numbers that I'm going to call. Usually if I can find the same phone number with 3 or more properties listed, this is a good sign of a major player in your local market. Next thing you want to do is you want to call We Buy Houses or Real Estate Wanted ads. If you go through the various newspapers in your area, you see others who are looking to buy houses. They may be actual rehabbers who are looking for deals. Again, some of them are serious and some just want to think they're serious. You'll need to find the real estate doers, the ones who can close quickly and the ones who have the cash to do it. Call them and find out their needs. Ask them if they're interested in purchasing rehab properties. Screen them with the same questions that you would normally ask if you're trying to find a deal. Okay. Next, call rent to own and lease option ads. These investors are usually familiar with sub-2 deals. In fact, most of these investors may be doing a sub-2 deal or a lease option to potential homeowners. These investors are always hunting for properties because their inventory turns over pretty quickly. Call for lease ads. These investors are landlords, especially if they have a few properties for rent listed in the newspaper. I also pay attention to property managers advertising in these ads. They usually manage properties for out-of-town owners, and depending on your area, these out-of-town owners may be actively purchasing more properties. Next is get involved with your real estate investor groups called RIAs. Most areas have real estate investor groups. I belong to one in my local area, and I would suggest attending their meetings, even joining the group if you can. All right. Some of the areas have numerous groups. Find one that you like, join it. It's going to pay off for you. Okay. These groups have news groups, email discussion lists. Mine have webinars. We have speakers come in. I spend 3 or 4 days a week there. When you go to one of the meetings, make it a point to meet 5 new people each time you go. Hand out your business cards to everyone you meet. Look to see if there's a table where you can leave some flyers or a business card. This business is about networking, folks. Join in on any breakfast sessions. We have breakfast sessions every Saturday in mine. It's my experience that once the word gets out that you're wholesaling properties by signing contracts, you become sought after and would have more buyers than you do properties, and that's what you need. Attend local foreclosure auctions. This is one of the best places to find real estate buyers with cash. These sales are posted in your local paper, and there's also posted at the county courthouse where the sales occur. Get on the internet forums. I'm on every internet forum that you could think of, and it is a valuable source of finding potential investor buyers. If you monitor the various real estate forums, you'll find people in your area who are active in real estate investing. Okay. Now, I told you I was going to give you some questions to ask, and because of the length of this video, I'm going to do a separate video following this that's going to talk about your questions. So this is Dr. Wholesaler, and I'll see you in part 2 of how to find buyers. So make sure you check out that video. See you on the other side.